Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be on a two-day visit to Andhra Pradesh and Kerala beginning today to inaugurate new campus of National Academy of Customs, Indirect Taxes and Narcotics in Andhra Pradesh. Rituals for consecration ceremony of Ram Lalla's idol at Shri Ram Janmabhoomi complex to begin today. Dense fog conditions persist over North India, affecting train and flight operations. DGCA issues SOPs directing airlines to share accurate real-time information with passengers. Annual meeting of World Economic Forum begins at Davos amid growing concerns over global conflicts, climate change and deepfake. And in hockey, India to take on Italy in final pool match of Women's Olympic qualifiers at Ranchi this evening. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a two-day visit to Andhra Pradesh and Kerala beginning today. Mr. Modi will reach Andhra Pradesh this afternoon, where he will inaugurate the new campus of the National Academy of Customs, Indirect Taxes and Narcotics at Sri Satya Sai district this afternoon. Mr. Modi will also interact with officer trainees of 74th and 75th batch of Indian Revenue Service, Custom and Indirect Taxes, as well as officer trainees of Royal Civil Service of Bhutan. More from our correspondent.
The National Academy of Customs, Indirect Taxes and Narcotics is a premier training institute playing a pivotal role in training and capacity building of officers of the Indian Revenue Service, Customs and Indirect Taxes and other allied services. The Academy is also responsible for developing policies, procedures and guidelines related to customs, indirect taxes and narcotics. Being the first greenfield project since the constitution of the Capacity Building Commission, the new state-of-art training center aims to achieve the objectives of Mission Karma Yogi. The campus would be 100% solar powered, meeting all its requirements through mega solar power plants installed on the campus. Sri Sai, Akashvani News, Vijayawada.
Prime Minister Modi will reach Kochi in Kerala this evening and hold a roadshow on his way to Ernakulam. Tomorrow, the Prime Minister will perform puja and darshan at Guruvayur Temple and Thiripurayar Shri Ramaswamy Temple in Thrissur district. During his visit to Kochi, the Prime Minister will inaugurate three major infrastructure projects worth more than 4,000 crore rupees. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a telephonic conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin yesterday. Mr. Modi described it as a good conversation. In a social media post, the Prime Minister said that they discussed various positive developments in their special and privileged strategic partnership and agreed to chalk out a roadmap for future initiatives. Mr. Modi added that they also had a useful exchange of views on various regional and global issues. India and Iran held a wide range of discussion on establishing a long-term cooperation framework on Chabahar port. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar yesterday held bilateral talks with his Iranian counterpart Hossein Amir Abdullahian in Tehran. During the joint press conference after the meeting, Dr. Jaishankar reiterated India's commitment to projects such as the Chabahar port, emphasizing the need for direct leadership supervision for its success.
I reiterated India's interest in benefiting from Iran's unique geographical position to access markets in Central Asia, Afghanistan and Eurasia. In particular, we discussed India's involvement in the development and operation of the Chabahar port, a joint project with a joint vision of connectivity.
In a significant move to deepen cultural ties, the External Affairs Minister announced that India has decided to include Farsi or Persian as one of the 9 classical languages in the country under the new education policy.
India are united by our deep cultural, literary and linguistic ties which create a unique foundation. We discussed how we can better link our cultural and educational institutions. Let me share with you all that the Government of India has decided to include Farsi as one of the 9 classical languages of India in our new education policy.
Dr. Jaishankar, who is on a 2-day visit to Iran, also met Iranian Minister of Roads and Urban Development Mehdad Bazarpash. Both the leaders exchanged views on the international north-south transport corridor. Later, the External Affairs Minister called on the President of Iran, Dr. Ibrahim Raisi. In a social media post, Dr. Jaishankar said he has conveyed the greetings of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the Iran President. Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh is gearing up for the grand opening ceremony of the Ram Temple. The rituals of Pran Pratishtha or consecration ceremony of Ram Lalla's idol at the Shri Ram Janmabhoomi complex will begin today. The rituals will culminate on the 22nd of this month with a grand ceremony that will be held in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and others. We have a report.
Champat Rai, General Secretary of Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust, said that the Pran Pratishtha program on 22nd January will start from 12:20 noon and will end by 1 p.m. in which Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh Chief Mohan Bhagwat, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust Chairman Mahant Nritya Gopal Das, Governor Anandiben Patel, along with all the trustees and saints and religious leaders of more than 150 traditions, sects and distinguished dignitaries from various fields will be present. At the time of Pran Pratishtha, the engineers and workers who built the Ram temple will also be included. General Secretary said that the idol of Ram Lalla is in a form of a child weighing between 150 to 200 kgs. He told that the Ram Lalla will be seated on his seat in the temple on 18th January. He also clarified that to finalize the program of Pran Pratishtha, the darshan of Ram Lalla will remain closed on 20th and 21st January. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Akashwani News, Ayodhya.
Meanwhile, Secretary in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Apurv Chandra, has said that the government is preparing a modern media centre to facilitate the press for the coverage of the ceremony. The Secretary was addressing a press briefing in New Delhi over the preparations underway in Ayodhya.
We are preparing a very modern media center to facilitate the visit of media. There is a tremendous interest from the media, both from the international, national and regional media. So we are making a media center which will be operational from the 21st of this month, and the media center will be operational for 7 days, and thereafter we will keep a facilitation desk to facilitate the media continuously for the next 3 months. We will provide all facilities. We will provide bus facility for transport for the registered media from Lucknow on 22nd. Also arrange for a special visit to the temple after the main event is over, so that the media can go with camera and cover the inside the temple.
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar will be on a day-long visit to Jaipur, Karauli and Dholpur in Rajasthan today. During the visit, the Vice President will inaugurate the orientation program conducted for the newly elected members of the 16th Rajasthan Assembly. This is Akashwani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Dense fog conditions are prevailing over North India as cold wave continues in the region, affecting train and flight operations. The India Meteorological Department (IMD) said a thick layer of fog was seen over the entire region, including National Capital Delhi, Punjab, Haryana, North Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal this morning. Patches of fog were also seen along the east coast of India. The IMD has said dense to very dense fog will continue over parts of Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar during next 2 days. It has forecast that cold to severe cold day conditions will continue over plains of North India till tomorrow. As per the Northern Railways, around 30 Delhi-bound trains are arriving late due to prevalence of dense fog. Several flight operations are also delayed at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi due to low visibility. The DGCA, Directorate General of Civil Aviation, has directed airlines to publish accurate real-time information regarding delays of their flights to the affected passengers. The DGCA has issued mandatory standard operating procedures or SOPs to airlines in view of the recent flight disruptions from adverse weather conditions at various airports. As per the SOP, the airlines have to notify the passengers through their website, direct messaging and airport bulletins. restrictions. It also asked the airlines to sensitize their staff to suitably communicate, guide and inform the passengers about their flight delays. The DGCA has further allowed the airlines to potentially cancel any anticipated or consequentially delayed flights beyond a 3-hour period due to adverse weather conditions to prevent congestion and mitigate passenger inconvenience. The ongoing Vikasit Bharat Sankalp Yatra is garnering overwhelming response across the country. In Telangana, people are drawing inspiration from the successful businessmen who are running their startups by availing loans under various schemes of the central government. People can be seen inquiring about Pradhan Mantri Mudra Scheme and Startup India initiative with bankers at the camps being held as part of the event. Our correspondent has filed this report.
People seen gathering in large numbers at the Vikasit Bharat Sankalp Yatra organized at the Bombay Bhima Colony a day before in Hyderabad. Many successful business holders have shared their experiences, how they got loans sanctioned after easy documentation and many times interest-free loans. Dr. Madhubabu, who started his Ayurveda clinic in Hyderabad, has got 20 lakh rupees loan under Startup India from Punjab National Bank.
I am Dr. Madhubabu from Aykutir Naturopathy Clinic. We have started this clinic recently in Manikonda, Hyderabad. We have approached Punjab National Bank for the startup loan and the process was very easy. 20 lakhs of loan as of now we are going to get from this. Once we repay correctly, we'll get more loan. Whatever the documentation is required, that was very easy for applying the loan. 10 to 15 people, we are going to give some employment from this startup company.
Hundreds like Madhubabu are availing the hassle-free loans from the public sector banks to grow financially and also to provide employment to others. Lakshmi, Akashvani News, Hyderabad.
Meanwhile, Union Minister Dr. L. Murugan will participate in the Vikasit Bharat Sankalp Yatra at Kottayam in Kerala today. He will participate in the Yatra event at Tirunakara this morning. The 54th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum began in Davos amid growing concerns among world leaders over global conflicts, climate change and deepfake. The theme of the conference is Rebuilding Trust, emphasizing the focus on exploring the opportunities enabled by the new technologies and their implications on decision-making and global partnership. The sessions and panel discussions would begin today. Yesterday, annual Crystal Awards were presented to 3 artists, architect Davido Francis Kere, actor Michelle Yeoh, and guitarist Nile Rodgers. On to sports news. In hockey, India will take on Italy in their final Pool B match of the FIH Women's Olympic qualifiers in Ranchi today. The match will begin at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. India got off to a poor start in the tournament with a 1-0 loss to the United States, but they bounced back well to beat New Zealand 3-1 in their second game to ensure that they are well in the hunt for a semi-final spot from where the top 3 teams will make it to the Olympics. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Anita Anand.
Thank you, Anuja. A new 51-inch tall stone idol made of black stone depicting Lord Ram as a dusky 5-year-old child made in Karnataka, picked for temple in Ayodhya, writes Hindustan Times on its front page. In a good phone conversation, Modi and Putin discussed special strategic ties, future roadmap between the two countries, cites the Indian Express. Domestic air passenger traffic grew 8.3% to 152 million in 2023, reports the Economic Times. Fastags without KYC link to be deactivated after 31st of January, informs the Statesman. The country's first urban public transport ropeway being built in Varanasi will be based on the theme of Lord Shiv and Kashi, his permanent abode, notes the Times of India. And finally, Indian economy welcomes Ayodhya power boost, states the Pioneer, with the city opening its arms to generate business worth 1 lakh crore rupees across India for the upcoming consecration of the Ram Temple. And with that, it backs to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Anita. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be on a two-day visit to Andhra Pradesh and Kerala beginning today to inaugurate new campus of National Academy of Customs, Indirect Taxes and Narcotics in Andhra Pradesh. Rituals for consecration ceremony of Ram Lalla idol at Shri Ram Janmabhoomi complex to begin today. Dense fog conditions persist over North India, affecting train and flight operations. DGCA issues SOPs directing airlines to share accurate real-time information with passengers. Annual meeting of World Economic Forum begins at Davos amid growing concerns over global conflicts, climate change and deepfake. And in hockey, India to take on Italy in final pool match of women's Olympic qualifiers at Ranchi this evening. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.